This is the Passive 25K podcast with Kyle Reedstrom, home of Passive Income University. You guys are used to hearing me introduce our episodes this way. And today we have a big announcement. We do not have new episodes planned for the Passive 25K podcast in 2024. I know I'm hearing a big sigh of relief from our audience, not actually, but if you're in your cars, we've just had amazing feedback, and I've shared this with a few people, but I want to get into the reason why. And so we've been kind of thinking about this and going through the mindset around this, but I want to call this episode it's not a goodbye, never again. This is a see you soon episode. And this is because I think this is a moment where we're going to take a pause, not a forever termination. And I was having a conversation with my wife. We had a coffee date scheduled, and she kind of told me a funny story. She was saying, she was asking about people that listen to the podcast. And I've said, the feedback's been awesome. We have a lot of people that have listened to episodes. Number one, the baseline. They've engaged with our guests. I think that those are the coolest stories I hear when they're actually reaching out to our guests, or our guests have a call to action that they actually take them up on, and have been working with some of our guests or using their products or reading their books. And then had a ton of people implement the ideas into their lives. People that are actually started a Turo business or have gotten into investing in vending machines or created passive income streams, which is always our goal. Our goal with this podcast was always to try to create a buffet line of options for you to find different ways you can start and complete your passive income journey, as we say. And so I was telling my wife all this, and she's like, if I was listening to a podcast and she named a couple that she listens to frequently, and then they just stopped and they didn't tell me why, I would be pretty upset. And I was like, okay, I need to do, we were in planning mode for 2024. And I said, I need to do this farewell or see you soon episode just to let our audience know, hey, this is what's going on with the Passive 25K podcast, but this is what's coming up as well. And here's what to look forward to. And so talking about our Passive 25K journey, I kind of want to challenge you guys as well. We've had 44 episodes. And again, the goal was to cover as much ground as we could. And cover some ground we did, is what I'll say. We had episodes covering real estate syndication, house hacking. We dived into cryptocurrency, raising capital for investing. We spend a lot of time talking about Airbnb short-term rentals, flipping homes, doing the business side and the actual grunt work side, wholesaling real estate, self-storage, buying small businesses for cash flow purposes. We got into last summer renting out your car with Turo or renting out an RV with Outdoorsy. Talked about mobile home parks. Talked a lot about personal finance mastery, killing debt, things like this, personal cash flow hacks, franchise investing, Airbnb arbitrage, getting your real estate license was something that came up, land investing in the stock market we spent some time on, buying businesses online that cash flow for you. We spent an episode on tax strategy. We had a guest on talking about retiring early, becoming a millionaire, retiring early, leveraging AI and VAs. That was a really great episode with Mike. Even cash flow through car washes. I'm just naming some of the episodes that we've done. And the cool part is all these were based around the people we had guests, which was people like Jeremy Schneider, who's one of my favorite personal finance Instagram follows. Mike McAllowitz came on our podcast. That was an awesome goal to hit. David Dodge is a national wholesaling guru. Brent Bowers, land investing. Literally only naming a few here. Had some knockout awesome guests. And I want, with this happening, and the reason I'm wanting to do this episode and talk to you is because the audience, you guys have really loved a lot of these episodes, and hopefully they've been valuable, they've been meaningful to you. And I really want to challenge you to go back and run through our list. Although we might not have new episodes coming in 2024, go back to the beginning episode and run through it again on your own time. Work through these episodes, because the biggest reason we put these out there was for you to implement, for you to hear something that can increase your progress towards your eventual goal, of financial freedom and creating income streams that work for you, not just the other way around. And so I love the idea of using these episodes to find your 5. We always talk about that with our $25,000 a month goal for passive income that my wife and I are on. We wanted to break that down to 5 streams of $5,000 a month. And your 5 might be in this list, or the additional 2 that you're looking for might be in these episodes, in these 44 episodes. And so my challenge is, hey, don't be sad. Don't be disappointed. I always say I learned the most from these episodes when I was interviewing these people. I mean, so many of the things that I'm doing now are from the interviews and the tools that were given during these episodes. And not to mention re-engaging with our guests as resources. So my challenge, again, I want to put that on you as the audience to not just be entertained by these episodes, but find something you can implement and go back through in 2024 and work through these episodes one more time, because they're literally a case study of how you can get this done. So for some of the reason we're not doing more episodes in 2024, I wanted to get into that. The vision hasn't changed. Our vision, our companies all are based in flowing towards one goal, which is $25,000 a month passive income. We get the question a lot, what is passive income? We usually define passive income by a business or a revenue stream that you can spend less than 4 hours a week, 4-hour work week by Tim Ferriss style, working on, and can put it in that passive category. And here's the problem that we ran into. We had a lot of listeners and a lot of people that love the ideas on this show, love the episodes on the show, but couldn't implement them because their active income couldn't necessarily support the investment it took. Now, some of these revenue streams you can get with very low down, but a lot of times you need money to create more money. You need money to buy assets. You need money to invest, so money's working for you. And so there's an active income problem here. Active income does play a role in passive income goals. To say that you can't eventually create some form of active income, to say that you can invest in passive income without ever creating any active income is just something that there's kind of a dissonance there. And so I realized helping people raise the bridge on their active income does play a big role in creating passive income. I've been studying Alex Hormozi as an author. He's, if you haven't heard of Alex Hormozi yet, I'm surprised first because he's put himself out there, and I think some of the stuff he says is authentic, it's real, it's amazing stuff. Most of it's free. I think, honestly, all of it's free. Alex Hormozi's story's like this. He was broke to start. He started doing something he loved, which was a gym, working out. So he loved working out. He was able to find success working out, so he started a gym to help others work out. Then he had a successful gym business, so he was financially successful, so he taught other people how to run successful gyms. And then he started teaching other people how to just have success in business overall. And now where he's at, writing books, and yes, he's climbed the big mountain, Mount Everest in the business world. He's now investing in others' companies, $3 to $5 million companies. He's actually taking an investor role, a passive income role in those companies. And I say that trajectory because so many times what we need to do is find something that we can do, like to do, can do every day, get really great at it, build the skills it takes to create there and create income there, and raise your bridge, as I said, so your income potential gets higher. Raise your monthly income potential. And then how you use that monthly income, if you're listening to the episodes on this podcast, it's not increasing your lifestyle. It's starting to parcel off that extra income towards passive income ventures. And so, like I said, active income plays such a big role in this. And I felt a lot of my own energy moving towards solving some of these active income problems. And actually, specifically, I want to dive into an audience of real estate agents. And so if you're an agent and you listen to the Passive 25K podcast, I'm excited to tell you that we have more of a niche style podcast coming out in 2024, where we're really going to focus on the problems that your encountering as a real estate agent and how to move your business towards one of massive abundance. And why do we want to do this? It's because this is exactly what I've done. This is exactly what the people around me have done. They've helped me do that. And it's why we're able to pursue our passive income journey with such vigor, is because of our really successful active income real estate business. And so I'm really speaking to this niche audience, the real estate agents out there. If you are in the season where you want to produce more, and I'm specifically targeting people, trying to get people over $10 million in sales each year, because that's such a cool place to be in your real estate business. If you can get over 10 million in sales, which is a big business. It takes a lot of work, takes a lot of sacrifice, but it can be a conduit towards you achieving those passive income goals that we talked about on this podcast. And so my energy's heading there. I'm excited. We have a lot of content already built for tools, content. We have solutions for a lot of these problems that real estate agents are encountering. And so more is to come. And so what I want you to do, if you're listening to this, keep track of me on social media, Instagram, Facebook. Follow my YouTube page, my personal one, or the Passive 25K one, Kyle Reedstrom on YouTube as well. We're going to be putting out some of that content in 2024. We're really excited. We want to help solve those problems and make your business thrive. And so, again, we can transfer that wealth the right way into passive income streams. I want to end by saying I am literally overwhelmed with gratitude for the idea that you would invest your time in listening to these episodes, that you would invest your time in checking out what we do. I try and our team tries. I want to give Josh a shout out, the guy behind the camera all the time, by the way. Josh literally made this podcast as beautiful and as crisp and as streamlined as it is. Josh Dolinsky, if you need to find him, he's amazing at this. If you're looking to start a podcast, maybe talk to Josh. Josh, I'm throwing you some love. But I give a ton of credit. When I say the team, it's mostly Josh. I'm just behind the mic. And to think that you guys would spend time just listening to our guests, listening to what we have to say, what we've organized, and that you would enjoy it and that you would positively affirm us and implement is the biggest compliment, is when you actually did something with the information. It is awesome. I am so grateful for you. I've learned a ton doing this over the last 2 years. It's definitely not the end of the journey for me. Like I said, I want to do more and more. And I look forward to the day when we can re-engage with the Passive 25K audience, because we've either achieved our goal and people are actively now. That's the biggest problem, is what do I do with all this active money I'm making? This is when the Passive 25K podcast, I think, will regain some amazing life. But for now, we're going to be focusing on our next stages. And again, my challenge before I leave you guys, I want you to go back and check out these episodes. They are packed with nuggets, packed with information, packed with actionable items, and engage with me. I'm excited to hopefully, if a call to action from myself would be DM me on social media, hit me up on my contact information anywhere, and I'd love to talk more about what we're up to in 2024. But for now, this will be a see you later. Thank you for everything you've done for the show and listening and your viewership, and we'll see you soon.